Hello, hello. Yes, none of you expected me to do a TikTok live. Oh, thank you. Ooh, look who's home. You saw him in the background. Speaking of background, I think it's kind of funny to be between two worlds, maybe 3/4 of a world. So I'm going to take off my regular glasses. Blondie San Diego, nice to meet you. I teach a lot. Linda Boziger, nice to see you too. And Julie McIntyre, Carla Jane. Yeah, this is totally a pop-up. I did not plan it. I kind of planned it when I was in the shower. And I realized that we had just about an hour between right now and when my husband and I are going to go take a walk. And I thought, I could get into the zone, but I have all afternoon to get stuff done. So I thought I'd show up and just be like, hey guys, how can I help on this Sunday? So good morning, Robin and Lainey and Lisa. Where's Cult Jam? Yeah. And Carla Jane, we saw her, and Mary. Very cool. Let me see if I can do this. Does that help it? I don't know. The fact that I'm here, the fact that the TikTok is live, and I see people, that here we are. Hey! Yay, Carla Jane. I'm so glad you were seeing Smith. I can't even talk. Carla Jane says, and I read these for the people who watch the recordings on YouTube, as well as people who might be puttering and decluttering while I speak. So Carla is saying, Beth, I was so hoping to see you today. Maybe I just answered a prayer. I heard it from the ether. Gave away 10 rolls of Christmas wrap last night. Merry Christmas, but I think I'll miss this one this year. Yeah, I love that. That is so cool. And you know what you're going to do well, first of all, you've already kind of dwindled the physical gifts and are giving experiences. There we go. User Debbie is giving you, pardon me, I know, I'm totally picking my nose, you guys. I totally am picking my nose. User Debbie is saying congratulations. Robin is saying, oh, you love the room I'm in. Thank you. We call this the Tiki Room. And that's the living room. That's usually where that and the dining room is what I do my weekend when I do a TikTok live. So yay, Carla. Yup, so cool. Notice how decluttering can feel good. That's the only reason we're doing this. This is the only reason I show up. I do not show up in your life to make it hard or difficult or torturous. I have to help. I'm here to help you. So for example, Monica C. has the week off from work. Yay! Yay for having the week off from work. Who doesn't love that? I have the week off from work and I need to declutter big. Okay, where to start? You know what I love? I'm all about the opposites. If you want to declutter big, start small. Start small, but just start. I'm going to repeat that. Write it down. If you're writing the book of me, if you're writing your own Destination Decluttered book, in order to start anything big, you got to start small. And so here's what I offer you, okay? So, Monica, couple of really almost like chapter headings, I'll give you and I can fill in some of the details, okay? First of all, when I say start small, start here, Vogue. Start in here. Take some deep breaths, make yourself feel good. Get yourself prepared for decluttering. As if you were going on a road trip and you made sure that you had gas in your tank, that you knew where you were going, that you knew how much time you had to declutter, but also how much energy. We can't often regulate or forecast the energy we have, but you got to take that into account. Okay, this is all about kind of the gauges. The regulating of the nervous system is a wonderful thing, okay? So I was thinking about this in the shower today. Here's another good thing to write down. And if we haven't met before, everybody, my name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach. My coaching is called Destination Decluttered, so you'll hear me talk a lot about it. Like a road trip, like driving a car, okay? So, if you want to start to declutter big, start small. Hey, could you give me a cup of tea possibly? Oh, yes. Thank you. He's so good. What did I do this whole week without him? I got my own tea, okay? Start big, start small, but just start small and chunk it down. Calm down the nervous system, chunk it down, start in one room, start in a layer. So a layer can be surface clutter. I highly recommend starting with the surface clutter, as I like to say, the clutter of everyday life. The stuff that's on, and notice where my hand goes, total horizontal surface. Start there, because that's a lot of stuff you know what to do with. It's just not there yet. Now, what you may notice when you're working on your surface clutter is that it's on the surface because you open up a cupboard, you open up a door or a drawer, and there's no room for it. That's when the decluttering really happens. And the decluttering really is going to be so much easier when you even give yourself what you're aiming for. When I am working with my one-on-one paid clients, I like to suggest that they write these things down. So whatever comes up, write this stuff down. I'm big on that. If anything, I feel a bit weird because as I said to my husband as I was getting ready to do this today, like I made a fort. I've got a couple of these little side tables next to me, so I don't have a thing to write down. But writing down why you're doing this. So how do you want your home to look? How do you want it to function, which is easier than it is now? And how do you want to feel in your house? Write those things down. That's what you're aiming for. Okay? And then no matter what you do, it is going to help. I will share this with you. I hate to burst your bubble, but you probably will not get through all you want to during this 1 week off. It is very hard for your body and your nervous system and your brain to do years worth of undoing in 1 week. But man, are you going to get a good start. And if you start with these good early steps, then you'll be psyched about what you got done. You'll forgive yourself your trespasses. You'll forgive yourself for what you didn't do. And then the next time you have even 15 minutes of decluttering to do, or 15 minutes that you could use to declutter, you'll look back on this week being like, you know what, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I can do it again. Okay? So that's for Monica. I know I went for a bit of a deep dive there, and there's like a bunch of new messages here. But I wanted to give her that info to get started because it's good for all of us every single day of the world of your life to remember those steps. Helping yourself feel better, feeling good about what you're doing, and aiming for something and enjoying the ride. Or the drive, rather, because you're the driver. Okay? I love it. I love it. Carla Jane says, having people come over to hang lights in an hour, working in the kitchen today. There we go. Yeah, feel free to declutter while we chat. Putter and declutter, that's what I like to call it. Ms. Crentis, nice to see you. Thank you for sharing the live. If you guys, I'm just throwing it out there. I don't even know what it takes to share a live. But if you think there are people in your kind of orbit who could help from a little decluttering talk from a Gen Xer who's been through it and grew up cluttered and has been cluttered for many years, but even now, if somebody would be like, how could you be decluttered? You have so much stuff on your walls. Because I knew where the stuff was going. If anything, I want to put that one like an inch over. It's a little bit too close. But I have been through it, you guys. I am one of you. You are not alone when you're going through this. If you want to share the live with somebody you think would help, feel free to do it. Okay? Good stuff. Yeah. Bobby Dugas says start with a meditation. Yeah. Now, meditation to me is just breathing, quiet, and calming. I just like to use the word down to remind me of all the downs you can do. Thank you for the ice cream cone. Somebody sent me an ice cream cone. German Made 95. Nice to see you. Yes, this is a total pop-up TikTok live. Even when I call things pop-ups, usually I do that on the weekends because I normally am working Monday through Friday with my one-on-one clients and doing TikTok lives that are scheduled. Sometimes I schedule them on the weekends, and other times, like today, I figured I got an hour. I can hop on and help some people. There we go, Miss Crentis. Thank you. Okay. 6242. What time did you get on? Only 9 minutes ago, dear. And it was totally a spur of the moment type of thing. I don't know about notifications. That's a TikTok thing. But don't worry, I'm here for the next 51 minutes. Okay. Dawn, what a wicked nice person you are, making a double batch of waffles for the kiddos and tidying up the kitchen and breakfast bar while cooking. I do that too. So I am here to help you with your decluttering. Now, this is a really interesting day to think about decluttering because this is the Sunday before Thanksgiving. Thank you. Can you put it over here? Awesome. You rock. Thank you. So Thanksgiving affects all of us in different ways. Even the fact that many people don't work on Thursday. Some people do. I used to work retail. I know what it's like for those Black Friday things. But also this to me is like the true kickoff of the holiday season. Carla Jane is putting up lights today. I was going to suggest that my husband and I put on like the little candelabras in the window, the little plastic ones. But I just bought some new kind of LED lights to put them in. They haven't arrived yet. But this is the kickoff of probably the time of the season as the zombies would say, the time of the season where you are pulling out items that you've had in storage for about a year because you only use them once a year. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of pretty much the kitchen and the dining room stuff, okay? And decor. So if you're making food for Thanksgiving, you may be using items that you typically don't use. If you're serving it, if you're bringing it to somebody's house, if you are pulling out linens and silverware and china and crystal and all that, and then also decor for your December holidays, you are now kind of faced with what you thought you were going to, last year when you put it away, you thought you were going to use it this year. So the question is, are you going to use it? Okay. Now, so it's an interesting week. Okay. Lisa, I decided, does this thing have a home here or do I rehome it? What a nice way to put it. Yeah. Does it have a home here? You don't have to keep all the stuff that's currently in your house, but notice that instead of getting rid of, notice how the language we use can make things easier or more difficult. Getting rid of versus rehoming. Giving it another home, giving it another lease on life. I love it. Now, Carla Jane, I love this. So Carla Jane, you guys, is one of my one-on-one clients, and she is digging out her mom's house. Her mom collected a lot of things. Her mom passed away, and Carla is now doing it. So Carla says, I found my mom's countertop. She's been working in the kitchen for a while. Haven't seen it since 1995. It was there, but it was covered with stuff. I scrubbed it down. I hate it. But now it shines. And you know what the cool thing is about that? Is Carla is getting people to come in to redo that kitchen. And part of feeling good about and being able to have a beneficial meeting with people who are going to do the kitchen over is to declutter the kitchen so they can see kind of the nuts and bolts and the bones of it. So good on you, Carla Jane. You may hate what you uncovered, but you're closer than ever to getting rid of it. I love it. Oh, Lori Hannah, nice to see you too. Lori Hannah brings up a wonderful thing that I didn't think of when talking about decluttering for the holiday, is clearing the fridge for Thanksgiving grocery shopping. Yeah, making room for the stuff you're going to use in the week and pulling out and saying, when's the last time I used this Sichuan spicy sauce? Or, oh my gosh, I had no idea. I actually cleaned out our fridge a little bit because my husband was coming home and there wasn't a lot of food, so it was wicked easy to do it. I had 2 boxes of baking soda in there. You know how you're supposed to put the baking soda in there to absorb the things? Well, I had put one in there. I hadn't opened it. And then I had the one from last year. So yesterday I took the time to just switch that around that. Okay. Roddy Pup says, what if you feel like cleaning and decluttering is taking away time with your kids? Have the kids join in. Seriously, not kidding. Decluttering is a life skill. The way I look at it, this is kind of my platform. Decluttering is a life skill that every person needs to know how to do. Every person, no matter how young or old, should know how to and actively participate in taking care of their own stuff and keeping the communal areas in good working order because it benefits everybody. Okay? Get them involved in it. Is the cleaning and decluttering, are you touching anything of theirs? Go have them play matchy-matchy. Grab all your stuff from the living room, bring it to your bedroom. And do it in a sense of fun and not yelling so that you can create a good vibe around it so they don't mind and you have a good time while you do it. Okay? Stacy with an I says, and now we're kind of hitting a vein of kid stuff, how do you decide what to keep and throw away when it's your kids' schoolwork and toys? Now, this is a really interesting one because when I was growing up, that stuff got pitched all the time. Now, I know from previous TikTok lives that, man, has this affected myself as well as everybody. So sometimes people try to oversave for fear of hurting their child throwing something away. I say, go through the stuff with your kid. Maybe what you do is, now toys are different from schoolwork. Maybe you save the schoolwork in a bin from September to June. Or maybe even, how about this, even better, chop it in half, chunk it down. September to December, you save their stuff that they came in, and then around December 31st or so, you walk down memory lane. Oh, remember when you did this? Remember when you did this? Encourage them that they don't have to keep it unless they want to. So go through it with them and get them involved in the decision making. Okay? So get other people have to get involved if they live there. Okay? That's how I coach. That's what I think. It truly should not fall to one person. That is outmoded. That benefits a lot of people except for you, and I'm here for you. Okay? The Peculiar Prepper says, used to be organized. Now I can food, craft, garden, and now everything is a complete mess. I don't know how old you are, but if you are going through, as they euphemistically call the change, if you are if you are in the middle of it, if you are post, if the menopause is hitting at you at all, just think. It's probably affecting your brain, your ability to focus, your distractibility. Also, many people have been diagnosed both professionally and anecdotally with ADHD. Just because you used to be able to do something, it may be more of a struggle now. Just noting that means you can then come up with different systems. And that's what I love to do, is kind of come up with systems. It sounds boring, but easier ways to do things so that you are organized and you can food, craft, garden, and everything is not a complete mess. Okay? It's a bit of rewiring your brain, So I hope that helps. Dawn says, Roddy, maybe declutter their room or give them something to do and praise big. Yeah. All right, Lydia says, I cleaned out my kitchen cabinets several weeks and I'm still opening them just to admire them. Yes! Who doesn't want to revel in a job well done? Man, I'm looking around and I'm looking at this house and I'm looking at that kitchen and this tiki room, because we don't use a dining room, and that living room. And I'm like, damn, I love this place. Who doesn't want to love their home? Who doesn't want to delight in opening up a cupboard and knowing where everything is and that nothing's out of date and it's stuff you use and there's space for more things, but also space to just easily get things out so you're not pulling out a bunch of stuff. Yep. Carla Jane is offering. So this is great. So when we do these TikTok lives, I give my kind of advice as a professional decluttering life coach. But other people are giving, it's kind of like sitting there with coffee. Hey, how about this? How about that? So Carla Jane is saying you could set a timer. Timers, I love timers. Notice how me starting at 11 o'clock Eastern time right now and saying I'm going till 12 gives me a timer, gives me an hour. So while I'm on here, you can use the timer of my TikTok live and say, okay, Beth's doing a TikTok live. Destination Decluttered is going to be here until the top of the hour, so another 42 minutes. While I have her TikTok live on, because it's kind of fun, what can I do to declutter so that at noontime, my house looks better than it does right now? So notice this. Yeah. And Freckleface Design says, yes, teach the kids in real time. I wish I'd been taught organizing when I was young, too. I do, too. I wasn't. I grew up in a cluttered home with clutter people who were raised by collectored people. Grammy's house wasn't so bad. But you know what? She also lived with a ton of people, and it was very small. But man, was her shed and her garage. No, not garage. She didn't have a garage. Her shed and her attic. Wicked lot of stuff when we had to clean out her house in 85. Okay, so good morning, everybody. Yeah. Now, the Peculiar Prepper. Yeah, big time. Big time menopause. I notice this a lot. A lot of my clients, we are in our anywhere literally from, there's a span. Anywhere from 30s to 50s to 60s. But a lot of the stuff is like, wait a minute. I used to be able to do this stuff easily, and now I'm a little bit more scattered. Think about how it affects your body, menopause. About even when you were back in puberty, one day you kind of woke up and you had breasts. Breasts, look at me being so polite. You woke up and you had boobs. You didn't do anything about that. Your body decided to change, and you have to live with your changing body. Now, 30, 40 years in the future from that time, we forget that it used to be prior to that when we were all flat-chested. And now our body has decided to stop giving us our periods, to start growing hairs in your chinny chin chin. And if it's doing that outside on the physical, it obviously has to do something with your brain. So know that. Don't beat yourself up about it. And they rarely talk about women's health as often as they do men's health. So notice there is not a lot of studying. There is more than ever studying of menopause, but I totally know it affects your brain. It affects my brain. Now, Jenna X, I love it. Gen X, I get it. You can scan the kids' school papers. You could. I want to share with you. To me, scanning is almost just an extra step. I find it a pain in the ass. I have 2 little things I need to scan. I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. But you are kind of avoiding the decision of, do I want to keep it or not? Maybe the kid doesn't even want to keep it, you know? So there we go. Okay, user 8274 says, menopause and ADHD hitting me hard. Clutter affecting the whole family. I'm a mess. Okay. If you know that menopause and ADHD are affecting you, get some help. And I mean this like I am here as part of the help. Get research ADHD, research menopause, do different things. I write so much more stuff down than I used to. I also have to practice. I was doing it this morning. I was folding some laundry from the dryer, and then I noticed that the rim of the washing machine, a little mold had started to grow there because it was like that. And I got some stuff. I saw it on TikTok. It's not a commercial, but some like really gelatinous kind of bleach to put in there. So I'm in the middle of folding something and I get that idea. Then my body starts opening the cupboard and pulling the stuff out and it was like, wait a minute. No, stop. Wait, no, stop, focus. Finish folding that towel. And I did this to myself like an hour ago. Finish folding that towel. Then finish folding the rest of the towels. And then after those are done, then you can pivot to do that other thing. But if I didn't pay attention and be like, whoa, 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 and put up my little stop hand here, my little traffic cop hand, I could be all over the place in a hot minute, you know? So, yeah. Lydia, I kind of love this. So Lydia says, now you've got me up cleaning my refrigerator before I go grocery shopping. This is where decluttering makes your life function more easily. Because if you know what you already have, then you will only buy what you don't have to eat whatever you're going to eat for the next week or so, depending upon how often you grocery shop. Notice that it makes it easier. You will spend less money on the grocery trip because you won't be buying duplicates of things. You will also be improving the ease with which you cook when you realize, oh gosh, I thought I had mayonnaise in the fridge, and I do, but it expired in August, so let me throw this one away and let me get some new mayonnaise. So you will be keeping up. You will rotate for freshness. Okay? Now, I love it. Lasardo says, I love the timer. Grateful you taught me it, and I'm grateful somebody taught me it too. When you see me, I am a collection of all the things I have learned, kind of like a patchwork quilt of it that's really helped me, and so I share it with you. Okay, Lily Perez, immediately when I see the it's too much, I don't know where to start, that's pretty much the story of everybody who joins in one of my TikTok lives so much. What I say is write this. See my hand going here? From overwhelm to down, slowly. So I say this. I have a TikTok video posted on my page. Calm down, slow down, quiet down, breathe down. Because when you are not quiet and you are and you're freaking out and you're busy and you're spinning your wheels but you're not doing anything, that is a part of your brain lit up that is just in frantic panic mode. That is not the best. That is the thing to get you out of immediate danger. But it's really hard for your other parts of your brain, the more rational ones, the ones that problem solve, they won't have an opportunity to speak up and help you if you're screaming fire, fire, fire all over here. Okay? So Lily, I say this with love because we've all been through it and we're all going through it. Learn how to regulate your nervous system. Now that's fancy words. I like to just say it lovingly, to calm it down. Because the word down reminds me, my hand goes from up to down. It's like you're petting down the fur on somebody, like a cat or a dog that's spooked. There's nothing to be afraid of here. There's absolutely no way that there's something to be afraid of, okay? Yeah, okay, sun-kissed. Calming down your nervous system quiets down that fight or flight part of your brain so that at least you're in neutral. Think about it. being in your car and you're in park, but you're revving the engine. I don't know. You're vroom, 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 but you're not going anywhere. Not helpful. Not helpful. Wastes gas. Spinning wheels. You're not going anywhere. No. Slowing down. Put your foot off of the gas. Take it off of the gas. Just getting into neutral will allow you to, and this is me remembering when I used to drive a stick shift car, shift into another gear. And that's the other part of your brain that is just waiting for you to lovingly calm the fuck down. And I say that for humor's sake. Calming down so it can speak and go like, you know what? You do know what to do, okay? You do know what to do. So, Erin, good morning. I'm going to send you an email today. I said I was going to do it. Well, I said I was going to email you yesterday. I said it yesterday. Didn't say I was going to do it yesterday. Okay? But yes, everybody, help yourself. Anytime you're feeling out of whack, one of the best ways to get into whack is to just slow down, calm down, quiet down, sit down, feet down on the ground, shoulders down, all the downs, a wicked lot of downs, just use them all. Quiet down, soften your focus, look down, quiet down. And then when you're there, you're like, okay, you know what? It's just a bunch of stuff. I can do this. You are a smart cookie. If you weren't a smart cookie, you wouldn't be hanging out with me. I do not hang out with dumb cookies, no. You can do this. Maybe you weren't taught. I can teach you. You can learn. There's plenty of people out there who can help you. You can do this. Okay? Now, I am backing up. She's backing up. All right. So, Carla Jane is saying, can I just say, because she has kids, probably your kids will so appreciative in the future. I wish my parents would have thrown the stuff away. Andrew is asking, how do I people unclutter? Calm down your nervous system. Have confidence in your decisions. Practice making decisions. And learn a good structure to have a better system. And the system, honestly, so much of it is talking nicely to yourself and encouraging yourself to get up and do those things. Not yelling at yourself. Okay? There we go. Gen X said started when they were little. Now as adults, they can decide if they want it. Yeah. Jen says, my mom gave me back all the horrible Christmas ornaments that I made as a kid. You know where they went. Now, the funny thing is, some people would keep those, but you threw them away. This is why I share with you. How you declutter is 100% up to you. I do not clutter shame, declutter. I don't clutter shame you. I don't declutter shame you. If you want to get a rolling dumpster, pull it up to your front door and just start pitching things, you go. If you want to take your time with every little button and every little postcard and every little thing, have at it. But make sure that what you're doing is getting you to where you want to go to when you have time to enjoy it. So I say this because if it takes you a long time to get there, by the time you get there, you're going to be like, oh, great, now I only have a half a year, a half a life left, Leah Malone is offering estrogen cream has saved her brain. I was ADHD to begin with, and it's gotten so bad. Good to know. Yeah. Yeah. Leah just says, I love how you pronounce mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. That cool, refreshing drink. Oh, I crack myself up. There we go. It's me. Deb has a nice little routine. New fridge last year, and I make it a Thursday night clean out, Friday trash, all set for food shopping on Saturday. Love it. There we go. Okay. Yay. And Carla Jane, somebody was saying, hey, what's Wednesday? Carla Jane is one of my one-on-one clients. It's cool because we coach on Zoom. Kind of like this, only I look at my computer as opposed to my phone. And we coach on Wednesdays together. So that's paid coaching. And the neat thing is, I'm in Pennsylvania. She's in Alabama. We would not have met each other except for TikTok and doing coaching. So there we go. All right. I think I'm caught up. Do. Okay. Okay, Andrew Heller, I will curse if I want to. This is my house. If you don't like it, scurry on home. Right. And stop talking to me in all caps. All right. Erin, it'll be today. Yay, good stuff. Okay, Lydia says, that's it. Also made dishes with ingredients I knew I had in my cabinet after cleaning it. Yeah, there we go. Yes, Robin, I will curse all I want. Yeah, peace and calm over stuff. Yes, and you see, you guys, isn't it cool how we all have each other's backs? I'm kicking out the troll. You're kicking out the troll. This is our place. This is my place. You do not belong in my home. And this is boundaries, people. This is a really interesting thing. Okay, I'm going to bring this. It's a teachable moment, and I'm not even a teacher. I just play one on TikTok. Having boundaries. Who you let into your life, what you let into your life. Because nowadays, if you think about it, today's what? Is today 24th? 30 days from today, whatever, a month is going to be 24th of December. Many people celebrate Christmas. Many more people celebrate December holidays. This is a gift-giving season. What are you going to do? Are your gifts going to add to somebody else's clutter? Is somebody else's gift to you going to add to your clutter? If either of those are true, you have time to change that dynamic. Okay? You have time to change that dynamic. Okay? So, you can say, hey guys, thank you so much. No gifts this year. Why don't we go out to lunch? I would love the gift of your time. Oh, I'm getting choked up just thinking about it. Because there are people in our lives that are not here that were here last year. That, man, don't you wish you had time with them right now? I have souvenirs. I have stuff of theirs in my house. I don't have them. I don't want to say I would kill for, but man, I would trade all of this stuff in order to have more time with the people that I care about that are not here anymore. So why not use that kind of really deep human connection thing to say, you know what, none of that stuff. I don't want to run around. None of that. You don't need to buy me a damn thing. I want to spend time with you. Let's go out for coffee. Let's take a walk. Let's go, I'll take you out to dinner. Let's go on vacation together. Whatever it is, to me, that's so much better than a bunch of crap that you're going to freak yourself out about buying at Target. Okay? Yeah, Freckly Face Design says, when my mom died, I had an honest chat with myself about memories versus clutter. Yeah. Yeah, Dreamer Maid says, I've been able to manage ADHD until menopause. I'm trying not to take meds, but I feel I may need them. Yeah, I say go for it. If anything that's going to make you feel better, do it. I use some female replacement hormone thingies. It helps me sleep better. I don't sweat as much. It's okay. All right. Here, a bunch of things. Sorry, I got some things. Here we go. This is great. User 6242 says, I printed the potholes habit tracker but didn't fill it out yet. So what they're talking about is, I have a free mailing list. This is going to be a bit of a 1-minute kind of infomercial thing. So those of you who know, you're like, oh, okay, cool. I do TikTok lives. I'm here on TikTok. You can follow me on TikTok. The next step really from that, if you want, is to get on my free mailing list. You go to destinationdecluttered.com. and you sign up for my mailing list. You just scroll to the bottom. There's a big old form that says, I don't know, want a jumpstart or something. You put your email address there, and then you're on the mailing list. When you get that, you get an automatic email that gives you access to where my TikToks are scheduled, when I do my decluttering parties, and there's going to be more than one of them in December, but it's only for the people on the mailing list. I'm just saying. You also get access to this printable habit tracker I call it Pavers and Potholes. And user 6242, seriously, start today. All you need to do, the very first line, just say 15 minutes of decluttering and put the dates from now. What is it? November 24th, I think. I'm not in front of my computer, so when I don't have those things to remind me, it could be any day. And just start. Just start. You could do 15 minutes of decluttering while I'm still here on this thing, cross it off, and then you get off of the TikTok, and then you go out and play like I'm going to. You know? There we go. Freckly Face Design kept pieces from my mom's that were deeply sentimental. Notice the depth of sentimentality. And then I took pictures of others for digital scrapbooks. There we go. You know, I don't want gifts. So yeah, you have the time to change the dynamic of all this capitalistic overconsumption. Good cup of tea. Okay. Home cooked leftovers are great. Yep. Okay, so Freckly Face Design says, I felt sad how much brand new stuff I got rid of when I moved across the country. So here's an interesting thing. Earlier, even just earlier on this TikTok, notice the difference of the words you use to describe your thoughts or describe what happened can change how you feel about it. How about all that brand new stuff, instead of saying I got rid of it, how about when I moved across the country, I was able to redistribute the wealth. I was able to share with people who had very little the abundance that I had that I did not bring with me. So, as somebody said up the top, and I apologize, I'm bad with names, I rehomed some things. I gave those brand new things that I wasn't bringing with me a new home. Notice that feels better. And all you did was change a few words in your head, you know? There we go. Mars is saying, yay, more decluttering parties. Okay. Yay. Start today. I love it. Susan Porter says, 55 here and have been medicated. Yeah, medication used well can really change your life. I get headaches very easily. If I did not have medicine to take for when I get the severe migraine, but also even just an Excedrin changes my entire day because I'm not feeling good. Okay? So, there we go. I love it. Susan says, when watching recorded TV shows, I'll work during the commercials instead of fast forwarding. What a cool idea. Yeah, Laura Gibbon Voorhees. Hey, nice to see you. Hubs started decluttering in the basement. We struggle in some ways, in some same ways and some different. Yeah, because each one of us has a different origin story of how we grew up with clutter, how we were talked to about clutter. Get rid of that. That's crap. You can't get rid of that. That might be something good. You might need that. Oh, just get rid of it. It's fine. We can always buy another. We all came from our mother's womb, most likely. But other than that, we all grew up totally different. So my husband and I have different opinions about clutter and stuff like that. So do not be surprised when the people you live with that you met kind of whatever. But your kids will also, you are training your children and grandchildren about how they should think and feel and act about clutter. You know, Andrea Downs is getting her husband a rented dumpster for Christmas. There's that, you know. Oh, I think this is so sweet, you guys. So I got to share with you. When I started doing Destination Decluttered, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, and then I got onto TikTok about a year and a half ago, I did not know how many cool people that I would meet here, that then they get to meet each other. Now, I share this with you because Carla Jane just says, Laura Gibbon Voorhees, I hope to see you at the next party. I'm wearing my pearls because you did. And so what a cool thing. Now, I'm in Pennsylvania. Carla Jane is in Alabama. Laura, I forget what state you're in, but we're all connected and we're all going through a similar thing. You're not alone, okay? You're not alone. And there, Mars says for them, it is so much easier to tackle decluttering activities with virtual company. Good to know. Now, one thing I'm going to give a heads up to the people who are on the TikTok or the Destination Decluttered decluttering parties previously. I did one. I've done them for a couple months yet. I'm going to start charging a drop-in fee for those. And this is why I'm doing it. I know that paying for a class can help me show up when if it's free, I might bail on myself. I also know that we have a wonderful group of people here that putting a little bit of money in to the kitty can do something really good. So I am going to be charging, like it'll just be, this is what I'm going to work on this afternoon, is figuring out the mechanics of doing this, because also, you guys, we can do something really cool, because what I'm going to do with that drop-in fee is I'm going to use half, 50% of it, I'm going to donate to this local women's shelter in my town. Because think about how cool it feels to not only be helping yourself to declutter, but know that you are directly helping other people with that. And I just think that is such a cool thing, that's how that's going to be moving forward. It's not going to be a big fee. and it's going to be going to something good. But I just wanted to tell you that I'm working out the mechanics of that, because we have an abundance situation right here. A too much, a surplus. I heard somebody talk about it, a surplus of items. There are people literally blocks from me who have nothing or very little. They don't have the bare minimum. And so, yes, we can donate our stuff. So please continue to donate your stuff to places. Other times, as we notice, the stuff is not the thing, but having some money to get yourself started, can really make a difference. So there is a cool women's shelter in my town that I have already kind of vetted that I'm already going to set up, that anytime I do a decluttering party, that half of the proceeds will go to that shelter. So just think, we can help people while we help ourselves. Okay? So, what else do we have here? Whoops! Backing up. She's backing up. Okay, we got 19 things, 19 minutes here. All right. I love it. Hannah says, I've been motivated to declutter, inspired by you, and also so we can decorate for Christmas. Yeah, it'd be fun. We're going to decorate. My husband's back from his trip, and we will probably start, we could even start sometime this week once the lights come in. But you know what the great thing is too? Is I have decluttered my Christmas ornaments, our Christmas ornaments, so we kept the good stuff. Okay, we kept the good stuff, and a lot of the stuff that didn't mean anything, we rehomed it, and I don't go out and buy it anymore. I look, and I think, wow, if I had a big tree and I was collecting those, man, I would have a lot of ornaments come on. But I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it the way I used to, and that's also okay. So Rita says, I just found you. Here I am. My name is Beth, Destination Decluttered, Decluttering Life Coach. Here on TikTok, pretty much every day, doing a TikTok live. Scheduled differently. So if you want to know when the schedule is, it's another thing you get when you're on my free mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com. So there we go, the OG squad. I love it. All right, so this is really cool. Barb Young says, I rid up the kitchen. Oh my God, Barb Young, are you from Pittsburgh maybe? You red up the house? I heard about that. Red up the kitchen while listening to you. Dishes done, floor swept and mopped just since listening. Yes. You guys, the neat thing is we think that decluttering is going to be this big, huge thing that takes forever. No, sometimes it can take 4 minutes and you'll make a difference. I noticed that the other day when I just did a little bit of vacuuming. I'm like, oh, I didn't do the whole house, but this looks and feels better. So here we are. All right. Rita says, I work with seniors and help them declutter on top of my own decluttering. That's awesome. Rock on. And then Erin is telling you to follow me on TikTok and find me on YouTube. So thank you for doing that. Oh gosh, yeah, Jam Mom 13. You have YouTube videos? Seriously? Yeah, yes. The answer is yes, I do. And the answer is yes. There are over, pretty much if I have to do the math in my head. It only shows me the total of from October and prior, but counting in all the ones that are on YouTube from November, I literally have over 400 or 500 videos, because all my TikTok lives are recorded and uploaded there. So you can pop one on when you're driving in the car, because it doesn't change. Like, it doesn't matter what you look at the screen. You can just listen to it like a podcast, keep you company. You can pop it on while you're puttering around your house. So just because you may have found me now, there's so many resources available. Okay, so yes, Carla Jane says, Erin, yes. Hey, Beth, let's do pearls or Christmas pins or ugly Christmas something for fun. I will do that, yes, and see what a fun idea. We're having some fun and getting it done. I have pearls. I would love to wear my pearls, okay? But you can wear whatever you want to the Christmas decluttering party, and there's going to be more than one of them. I know it's a busy season, so I'm looking at my calendar, and I'm going to try to schedule them so that as many people who can show up can, and if you want to show up for multiple ones, you'll have the option, okay? So I love it. Sci-Fi Nova is doing dishes and now doing their supplements. Elle Mill is doing decluttering your purse of stuff. Good. Oh my God, I don't even bring a purse anymore. Wendy M says, I told my therapist about you and your site, shared some of the lessons and wisdom. Awesome. Freckle Face Design just moved to Pittsburgh. Gen X is in the Berg too. Yay. Yin's gonna meet each other, right? I'm on the Philly side of PA, but we have a neighbor from Pittsburgh, and we're always like he's always teaching me Pittsburghese. You gonna red up the house in it? Pretty close, huh? Very funny. And Laura, okay, yeah, and I love, yes, and women do need help right now. And I'm glad that people are thinking this is a good idea. Yay. I love that people are happily paying this fee because I think it's just, I'm getting choked up about it. I think it's really important, and I want to be part of that helping people. Because, I mean, this is where it's all about here, people. It's how you feel. And I don't want to feel hopeless. I want to feel like I'm part of the solution, not part of the problem. And I know, you guys, we are all so lucky. You are so lucky to have clutter. Because it means, you know what it means? It means you have more than enough to not only survive, but thrive. You have so much that you don't know what to do with it, that you don't even know what it is. And there are people out there who barely have, the shirt on their back. And they don't know where their next meal is coming from. We can help them and help ourselves. And I am going to be the person to help do that. And it's going to be so easy. I just have to figure out the mechanics of it, but that'll be easy. Okay? So, now we have, I now say Nebby. Yes. Let me back it up. I'm backing up here just to see what I got. Okay, cool. So we got a bunch of Pittsburghers in the house. Love it. Yeah, I will wear my pearls in solidarity. Yeah, the lady that was in her garage, I forget her name too. You need her shirt. She had a great shirt. Yeah. Shell says, does the women's shelter take clothes? It may. But I will share with you that I find one of the most flexible and wonderful gifts you can give to places is cold hard cash, or, the digital equivalent. Because then they know exactly what they need, and they can get what they need. I recently bought off of a whatever you call it, an Amazon gift list, and I'm usually trying to wean us off of Amazon, but there's a guy in town that's helping the homeless, and he's like, he said for him, don't send me the money, these are some things we need. So I bought 2 sleeping bags, because there were Sub-Zero sleeping bags, from his list to give to him for these people. But other times, the money can be really the best resource. Okay? Yinzers unite. I love it. You know what? I could do like a Destination Decluttered like meetup in Pittsburgh, and then I could expense the hotel room as a business expense. That'd be fun. All right. So, I don't know. You know what, Mosey? I don't know what the fee's going to be. I don't know, like $20 or something. Because I want to be able to split it in half and give them a nice chunk of change. All right. Yeah, what about all the guilt on the money I spent on my stuff? Here, right here, I absolve you of your guilt. Look at me, I'm the Pope. I absolve you. You're free of guilt. Now go out and play. Guilt, fear, judgment, we don't do that here. No. Do not guilt yourself. You spent money on things. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. When they work for you, keep them if you want. They make work for you for a while and then you don't want them anymore. If they don't work for you, hanging on to them is not going to give you your money back. Okay. All right? So, Erin, I love it. She says, if you do meet up in Pittsburgh, I'm driving down from Buffalo. Okay. I'll try to make it when there's not a storm, So notice this. Yeah. All right, what else do we have? I'm backing up here because a lot of stuff is coming through. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Oh, I love it. Freckleface Design says, I see how kids are in need in my organizational skills in my classroom. So yeah, you could learn some stuff from me and hand it down to the kids. Seriously, it's all about chunking it down and feeling like you can do it and practicing focusing so your focus muscle gets stronger so that you can be distracted, but then you can focus. And then you can be distracted, but then you can go back to focus. Okay? Yeah, all sorts of stuff going on. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Niche B says that's why it's hard to get rid of things because we worked hard to buy the items. Yeah, you worked hard to buy them, but if they don't work for you, they're clutter. Yeah. Yeah, okay, user 6242 says, I need you to yell at me to finish my kitchen today. Nope. I'm not going to yell at you. You made it motivate me. You can do it. Notice how that's not yelling. You can do it. What does finishing do this? I will encourage you. I won't yell at you. I'll give you a tool to use. It's going to be your hand on a pen and a piece of paper. Just write down all the things that need to get done in order for your kitchen to be done and use that as a checklist. If that big list overwhelms you, make the big list over here and then pull 3 things out of that list that will make you feel like you'll get it done. Do those 3, cross them out, chunk it down, lather, rinse, repeat. German Maid's parents lives in Pittsburgh. Love it. Wicked lot of Pittsburghers here. I love it. I truly do. Wendy M is going to tune into an audiobook and purge and clean and organize the pantry. I love it. Yep, there are places to donate stuff. Yeah. And Jam Mom says, are there alternatives for donating besides Goodwill? It really depends on where you live. It really does. So I would highly recommend looking. You may be surprised. You may not know that there could be some grassroots places that go and take care of the locals besides Goodwill. But this is one of the things about me coaching people from all over the country. In my one little town here outside of Philly, we have so many local resources that I immediately go to them as opposed to the national ones because I know they're directly helping people that, but I don't know who's in your area, but you can find that out, I love it. Wendy M says, yesterday I reorganized a shelf I had already purged. Yeah, because it is kind of a cyclical thing. You'll go through and you'll do a pass, as I like to call it. You do a first pass, and then that will look good, and you'll be like, what else could I do? Maybe I'll do a second pass. Good stuff. Good stuff, people. Love Unite says, what if I have stuff that still has the tags on it? Try to return it to the store. See if you get a credit back. Try it. Can't hurt. Might help. Okay, somebody mentions Heartstrings and Salvation Army. Heartsprings. Okay. So good. I love that all the Pittsburghers are connecting here. Feel free to follow each other and connect off. This is great. Good stuff. User 6242 is a Buffalo Bills fan, and with Erin and I, when we were coaching, she would crack up when I ever tried to talk sports. But yes, but Sci-Fi Nova, it says, then the second pass, you're wondering, how did this make the first cut? I will tell you. Yeah, is anybody else, Carla's asking, is anybody else from Alabama? Carla's curious if anybody's here from Alabama. Okay. If you are, speak up. If not, feel free to put your state in here. If you want to connect up with other people, go for it. The reason why you do a first pass and it feels better is because you made a decision, but now you're a different person and you got used to that amount of stuff and those things. When you feel safe in your nervous system with that amount, then you may be able to take another swipe at it to see, do I still want this stuff? It takes it takes a few passes. It's like weeding your garden. Okay? The first time you do it, maybe all you do is get out the brown leaves. And then when you get the brown leaves out and it looks better than it did before, then you notice that there's a bunch of green stuff there underneath the brown leaves. And then you say, okay, this green stuff I want to keep, but there's a whole bunch of weeds I don't want. So what I'm going to start with is the big stuff. And then you pull out the big green weeds, and that looks good. Yay. But then you look again, you say, oh, underneath those big green weeds were some little green weeds. Okay, let's get rid of those. So a couple of passes through. It's how you do it. Cyclical. I love it. There we go. So we got somebody from Alabama who Carla Jane's connecting up with. Love this. Such a good thing. So Destination Decluttered, Beth, TikTok, Live. What else can I do in these next 6 minutes? Well, here's actually something that I was thinking of this morning because I did not sleep well last night. I think it's because I had a cocktail before I went to bed, that I had some fried chicken. My husband was home, so I was sharing the bed with him because he had been gone for a few days. This is a bit of a math formula, but I think this is really important. Take into account the time you have in any day to declutter, plus the energy you have, equals, then pick a task that's going to equal those things or close enough. So take into consideration how much time you have today, let's say, to declutter, but also how much energy you have. And your time is going to pass and your energy will drain. Your decision-making energy, your physical energy will drain. But if you say to yourself, okay, I have this amount of time and this amount of energy, with that, what's some good stuff that I could get done or at least get started? Okay? If you don't have energy, like Mega's Dancing saying, maybe you spend today filling up your energy tank, taking care of yourself to get the energy back in your body, you know? So energy, physical, mental, spiritual, neurological, there's all sorts of, it's almost like a gas tank in your car. If you don't have the energy in your car, you're not about to drive forward. You will run out of gas. Okay? So take care of yourself, you know? Yay. There we go. Stephanie's in Bucks County. I'm in Chester County. Nice to see you. All sorts of people. All right. Yay. Brindlecat said, I've been working on Christmas decor the past 2 years. Yesterday when decorating, it was so nice. Yeah. Good stuff. Yep. And write down what you want to do. Notice I was saying that. Yeah. I love this. I love this. Good stuff. I love seeing people take what I'm saying and not just listen to it and be like, oh, that's nice. But putting it into action just lights me up like a Christmas tree. So Erin says, gathering up Christmas ornaments I don't want, so they're ready for the home consignment store tomorrow. Rock! Awesome. Laura Gibbon Voorhees also says, you've helped me understand and recognize my decluttering muscles and respect when they are tired. You know? Yeah, respect when they are tired. Respect when you are tired. I am more tired today than I want to be, but I'm going to plan my day accordingly, and I'm not going to beat myself up. I see my little rattan sofa right there with my blanket and my book next to it. Do not be surprised if I'm laying down on that and I start reading. And then don't be surprised if I'm reading and then I fall asleep. But then I wake up. Yeah. So your own body, like the gas tank, like the sands in the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Like the gas tank in your car, when you use that energy, it is no longer there anymore. So you have to refill your own tank like you would your car. Hopefully you spent that energy doing something good. Save some energy for yourself. Do not spend all of your energy on other things. You know? There we go. Wendy M says, checking off the tasks help me feel productive before I can even see the progress. You know? So I say this to you, write down today. Don't just go, I'm going to do it. I have some stuff already written down. And after I get off of this, I see my kitchen table and I'll say to my husband, okay, let's go for a walk. And then you prepare for the walk. You say, okay, it looks kind of gray out. What can I do to make it comfortable? It's a journey. Okay? Yay! Rosemarie says, thank you. I have worked this entire hour. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All I did was show up. But notice how I showed up, because I want you to learn from this. I showed up talking nicely to you, encouraging you, quieting down what I like to call the backseat drivers, calming down your nervous system, turning up the volume on that radio station in your car that says, you can do this, you got this. Really, that's all I did. I can't declutter your home for you. But man, notice the power, notice what you can accomplish when you feel better and think better and feel better, you will do better. Now, I spoke to you like this, but you can speak to yourself like this too. You can imitate me. What would Beth say? Many people, a lot of my clients say, well, I was doing this, and then I thought, well, you know what? I heard your voice in my head, and that voice said, that voice is also your voice imitating me. So imitate me. Talk nicely to yourself. Notice when you're tired, it's okay to sit down. Maybe have a drink of water. Do you feel good about what you did? Cool. Do you want to go on? If you don't, be pleased with what you did and say, that was really good. Now I'm going to continue enjoying my life. There we go. User 6242 says, I just got the habit tracker off of the printer. I'm going to fill it in with my kitchen tasks to finish. I love it. Okay, Megas Dancy says, I'm burned out from work. This may be very unpopular for people who are business owners who hire other people. I say, do not work your hardest at work. No. Work at 75 to 90% capacity. They won't notice. You know how, you guys, we're all smart enough to know how to look busy with really saving some of it for ourselves. Don't allow work to burn you out. No. If it does, we got to do something about that. Do not allow yourself, do not allow them to sap up all your energy. You need energy for you. Okay? You need energy for you, and you need energy in your head and in your heart to declutter. When you're exhausted, all decisions feel overwhelming. You ever be that way? Like, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. I just want something. Yeah. No. When you feel better, you're going to do better. Okay? Yes. Mosey. That's so true. About 75% for a job. Yeah. All right. Now, I love this. I'm going to give you all a few more minutes to connect up with people. Look at the people who you've been connecting up with. Notice their names. Maybe you reach out on TikTok, and connect with people, because I'm going to sign off in like a minute. Okay? The dreaded family dinner, daily question, what's for dinner? Girl, dinner. You should have seen the random things I was eating when my husband was away. It was kind of funny. So look what we did in an hour or less. Hopefully you feel better. You now have some tools in your toolkit to do better. You've made some connections. We're going to support a women's shelter when we do the decluttering parties. If you want to be invited to the decluttering party, the only people who get invited are on the mailing list, so you sign up on the mailing list. DestinationDecluttered.com, scroll to the bottom, and it says join the mailing list and join the mailing list. Okay? Yep. And also, I will just say this, when you sign up for the mailing list, I just try to make it easy. I do not send out a schedule of when I'm doing my TikTok lives. There is a place on the internet that only the people on the mailing list know to go to find out what that schedule is, and I update it from there. There's there's like a resource page for all of that good stuff. It's just so much more sensible to do it that way. Okay? Matiga, just join the mailing list. Awesome. I'm going to go in the other room, make sure everything's working okay for that. And then I'm going to go have a cool day. And I hope you do too, okay? I will see you the next time I do a TikTok live. Let's have some fun, but let's just get it done, okay? I will see you next time. Here we go. I'll see you next time I do a TikTok live. Bye.